Hello, and welcome to the C Show. I'm Charlie.
I'm Connor.
We're going to start off today a light episode, hopefully, with some housekeeping. We've got some roster updates here. So these are for some of the more ancillary members, some support members of the team here. The first one is Pat McAfee is stepping away for the time being. He reported on his show that he felt burnt out. The travel was getting to him. The rigors and the demands of not only hosting his own show plus WWE commitments, allegedly, or he was saying that he was getting about 2 hours of sleep every night, just spreading himself too thin, essentially, overexposing himself.
Hey, you know what, Pat? Go take care of yourself. We always do. We always do the thing and all. If this is something that's, actually making your life hard, take the time for yourself. Go do your thing. I know we always have kind of tongue-in-cheek, don't come back, Provost is on. There's nothing against going and taking care of yourself. Yeah. Now, if the product is better while you go take care of yourself, happy accidents. But no, all right, go ahead, take care of yourself, do your other show, do your thing. Let's get some people that are just a little more, and I don't want to say committed to make it sound like he's not committed to this, but just more kind of in the wrestling world, in it all. That's their focus. They're not spreading themselves too thin, as he said.
Yeah, exactly. And I think this leads into our next housekeeping thing with Travis Scott and what I call the hokey pokey. Triple H had comments this week about Travis Scott not being totally dedicated to the WWE. He'll dedicate him, or he'll halfway work on a project and then bail on it. He's halfway in, he's halfway out. So essentially the WWE is saying, for going forward, don't expect Travis Scott at events.
I'm not super surprised. It was super weird, all the build-up and all surrounding him, and then, he's just gone. There was always so much talk of that, one of the PLE tag matches was supposed to be him and Cena versus Cody and, whoever, and, that kept getting talked about and then just never happened.
I think that's what the Randy Orton Jelly Roll match could have been.
Man, maybe they're setting up, long style, maybe.
Maybe that's what they were doing there. That would have been interesting. Our final housekeeping note here is we talked about it last week, and this is a quick correction. I said that Goldberg's contract with the WWE is up in 2 years. It is up in 2 weeks. A tremendous difference there when we talk about it. So, honestly, we should expect more out of Goldberg here in the next few days. So within the next week or so, should hear more from Goldberg as contract expires, the NDAs clear up, all of that. But
I'll definitely take whatever he says with a grain of salt. But
yes,
it's great for content, so business is booming.
The WWE did apologize to Goldberg. Apparently, they said that perhaps maybe hosting or having a retirement match during a time-locked PLE that broadcasts on traditional television is a choice, for one thing. It's also on the WWE. We talked about this off mic the other day on a show mission, but Saturday night's main event, there are plenty of examples of television streaming services doing the seamless handover from the broadcast, the network broadcast, to the streaming. I'm just surprised that WWE can't handle this. Couldn't handle that. They did post his entire speech on YouTube. It's gotten over 1 million views or something already. So, congratulations, Goldberg, on your retirement.
I can see why they're might not even want to do that. 'Cause it's hey, nope, we're hard locked. Could they have a solution? Yes. Then they have to be in charge of the solution.
Yes.
Where it's just they cut us off, man. Don't know what to tell. They cut us off. I hope they don't cut us off here
on
the C Show.
Welcome back to the C Show. I'm Charlie.
I'm Connor.
We're here. We're talking about SmackDown on July 18th. We start off the show with a car accident outside the arena.
I'm gonna have follow-up questions near the end because maybe I'm stupid, maybe I need more spoon fed stuff. I have questions at the end of like this actual storyline wrap tonight.
Gotcha.
Just put a pin in that for me.
Cool. So it looks like the MFTs got into an accident, just a T-bone accident. The police are on site, talking to Solo Sikoa, talking to Bronson Reed, etc., etc. It cuts back inside the stadium. We've got Tessitore and Wade on the call. Wade theorizes what could have caused this T-bone accident. We then cut to backstage. We've got Charlotte and Alexa. Alexa is talking to her doll, and Charlotte talked to Pierce. She's got a tag team match set up for her and Alexa for SummerSlam. Charlotte says, just because I'm in a team doesn't mean I'm not Charlotte Flair. Charlotte says, I've set up a singles match later. I need you ringside. Alexa paraphrases Charlotte and asks, do I look like a cheerleader? Charlotte says, yes, you do. And Alexa agrees very cheerfully, but they're still not friends.
I loved it because then Bliss came out and she had black pom-poms.
Lid
immediately called him out. We loved him. We're like, all right, let's lean all the way in. Let's do it.
Absolutely. It's so much fun. This leads into Charlotte Flair versus Raquel Rodriguez. We have the same move of the match, Connor. Tell me.
It's the Mark Henry spot.
Mm-hmm.
So the Mark Henry spot is one wrestler jumps off and does a crossbody. So Charlotte's on the top rope, goes to do a crossbody on Raquel. Raquel catches the crossbody, again, like rolls through it, kind of takes the momentum, and then picks Charlotte back up through. And then she does a spinning power slam. When Mark Henry did it, he would do it for his World's Strongest Slam.
Mm-hmm.
I swear I've seen somebody do it into like an overhead throw. But again, just to catch, roll through, and then move a whole nother person.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's not like Charlotte Flair is like small. Like she's also just like very tall. Like that's a lot of momentum, a lot of movement.
There's a lot of person there.
Yeah. And that wasn't even our finish either, but that was my absolute favorite move of the match.
Yeah, the finish here is after a tornado power slam by Raquel. Roxanne is up on the apron. Alexa gets up on the other. The referee missing it all. Charlotte ends up wrapping Raquel, though, after this distraction. It's a pin, 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Charlotte rolls out excitedly, but has to hold herself back from celebrating with Alexa Bliss.
Look, the Judgment Day. I love it. Yeah, you want to do the distraction bit? Well, I'll do the distraction and hang her up on the ropes. We'll get a cheeky little pin and we'll dip.
Speaking of dips, Pierce encounters the police backstage. Pierce stepping in for Aldous. He's out on a well-deserved vacation. The cops are looking for a Jacob Fatu. Pierce brings the cops right to Jacob. Jacob does not really bang with the police for some reason, and Pierce urges him to cooperate.
That's messed up, right? Like I mentioned to you in passing, we were talking about, because Jacob Fatu's like, I'm not going with you.
Mm-hmm.
And Pierce just like, answer their questions, don't make it any worse. And I'm like, damn, that seems kind of messed up.
You would think like Pierce would be like, hey, he has some sort of alibi or something. Like, hey, let me get the lawyer or something. But don't trust your boss. We then cut to a Tiffany pre-tape promo. She's defending the title against Jade. But Jade responds with, Naomi was just a distraction for Jade. It's now time for the Undisputed Women's title. We get a recap of the Damian Priest and Aleister Black situation. Priest is walking backstage, asks Carmelo Hayes about Aleister Black. Melo objects and Priest pushes it. There's a back and forth that leads up to a fight challenge from Priest, which leads immediately into the match between Damian Priest and Carmelo Hayes.
I do just want to say, so Damian Priest did say, like, during back and forth, he's like, I shouldn't have played Peacemaker. I shut people's mouths and then celebrate after. I'm like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because it just makes me think of like when he told R-Truth how many weeks ago. It's like, hey, you'll go have your match and then we'll go celebrate after. And it's like, hell yeah. Like I don't know why I didn't think of Damian Priest as like a big party or anything, but like now that's all I think about.
Fun fact: Damian Priest used to run a strip club in Atlantic City.
Really?
Yes.
I had no idea.
He was like the chief of security or something, and then they moved him up to like manager. But like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, the dude knows how to party. Speaking of parties, this match between Damian Priest and Carmelo Hayes. Connor, tell me what your move of the match is here.
So my move of the match is they're in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm. San Antonio.
You know, Shawn Michaels, a very special man to even just Texas as a whole, but especially in San Antonio.
A very special man indeed.
So he starts tuning up the band. Carmelo Hayes starts slamming his foot, right, like HBK would before, and he goes for the sweet chin music to steal, the hometown guy's move,
which is a big super kick, essentially.
A steroided up super kick, and
steroided up,
and Damian Priest just like counters it, just immediately just like takes the out of it, and then Carmelo just gets that look of, oh no, I messed up.
Yep,
and it just made me laugh so hard.
Skirp. Oop. Yeah, that's me. How'd I get up here? The finale here is Priest catches the sweet chin music, but Hayes counters the South of Heaven and hits with a La Mystica. Carmelo Hayes finds a way to turn a tricky opportunity into a top rope splash. Priest kicks at it too. But Aleister Black is on the apron and interrupts Damian. That's a disqualification. Priest receives a black mass from Aleister Black and he's down. Mello wants none of the smoke from Black and rolls out.
Talking about the end of that match, like as soon as they had Damian climb to the top rope to do his old school splash, like something about the way they were shooting it, I'm like, this just looks weird. And then as Priest is bouncing on the top rope, Aleister just comes in, just crotches the hell out, just slams his one foot, and then just immediate DQ. But as soon as I saw how they were shooting him on the ropes, I'm like, something's up here.
Something's not right. Something ain't right. No, indeed. Speaking of things that ain't right, the Wyatt Six interrupt the agenda for the rest of the show. We are where we belong, a new family forged by pain. We will strip these teams of their wicked desires.
They said the Street Profits were only held together by their lust for gold.
Yikes. Next up, we've got Solo Sikoa and the MFTs. Tala Tonga makes JC Mateo look like a child.
He's so big.
He's so
big.
You could say he's Tala Tonga.
I hate you.
I know.
Again, just watch him step over the ropes as he gets in the ring and tell me your brain doesn't break.
Solo gets a hold of the mic and he says Jacob is reckless without Solo's influence. All he cares about is himself. Solo made him a champion. Fatu betrayed his only real family. Solo should have known. Once a criminal, always a criminal. Solo employs the Broken Windows School of Policing here. Backstage, Big Jimmy welcomes Jacob Fatu. Police determine that Jacob is not a person of interest. So
we're just going to sit here first because, again, the idea is they left and they went to ask him questions.
Yes.
When we go back to Big Jim, he's like, get him out of there because Fatu's in the back of the car. They had to take Fatu. They're just supposed to be asking him questions. Fatu's in the back of the car.
I think the insinuation is that they took him downtown. Which is like, okay, I don't know, man.
It just seems like a bad look, man. That's all I'm saying. It just seems like a bad look.
Listen, all I'm saying is, if you're going to cast cops in Texas, they do not have beards like that. They do not have beards like that. That's maybe a Philly thing. Philly cops might have a beard like that. Texas cop, a San Antonio cop would not have that. So police determined that Jacob is not a person of interest. Solo thought he had paid them off. Jacob comes straight through Gorilla. Jimmy's here too, and they attack Tala first. Fatu with a self-harm dive, sending Tala over the table. Tala rises, but Jimmy's behind. A double chokehold, and then they turn it around, and Jimmy and Jacob do a super kick in stereo. Fatu whips Jimmy into Tala over the barricade. Big Jim goes up on Tama Tonga before a mighty moonsault by Jacob Fatu. Pierce comes out, sets up the match. Defend your title against Jacob Fatu inside a steel cage. The police are back, and the cops come to deal with the situation. They arrest Solo on the ramp. All three of these jobbers are, again, so hilariously not cops.
All right, can I ask my questions now?
Yeah.
So what? They arrested Solo, what, for framing Jacob?
Yes. I believe
so. Did they fake the is the idea they faked the accident? Because I forget which one of them actually
that's
had
conspiracy.
Cuts on their face. But again, that's the thing. If this accident didn't happen, sure.
or
if they set up the accident, again, the idea that they set up the accident, not the accident,
Conspiracy,
just happened to
fraud.
not be.
Reckless endangerment.
No, but that's what I'm saying is, what else besides saying we think Jacob did it did they do to like set up Jacob is my question. Like right, it'd be like, it's like, oh, what happened? We don't know, but we've had a problem with this guy. Like, it just makes logical sense. And then it's like, he's good. So again, is the idea then that they faked the car accident and like set this whole thing in motion with like a false police report? Is that what they're getting at? Is that what, 'cause they arrested Solo, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. I think that's the plot.
Set up the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That's bananas. Because again, I don't remember which one.
This isn't.
I know it's not, but it's
this
just
is wrestling.
It's just stupid. It's just dumb. I'm like, like, I like you to treat me like I'm dumb, but like, try a little bit. Like, I don't even feel like that's like.
Okay, so if you're in Solo's shoes, what would you do to frame Jacob Fatu?
Use his rental car first. One of the cars has to be his rental car, and then it would probably be easier to do like put stuff in his locker, probably.
Yeah,
or even you just put empty stuff. It's like, oh, he was drunk, empty beer cans and shit or whatever he drinks. That would be my master setup, I guess. And then and if I did that, you could arrest me. If I go, I think Charlie did it, or like you should talk to Charlie, and like if you didn't do it, I hope they don't come back and be like, I wasn't Charlie. You're screwed. You're coming downtown.
Okay, what's your next question?
We basically covered everything in that
good.
rant. I basically got it all out. Don't worry.
Good. My assumption here is that Aldis, when telling Pierce, hey, can you cover for me? Or asking Pierce, hey, can you cover for me on Friday Night SmackDown on the 18th? Aldis also told Pierce, don't fuck it up. We get a quick recap of Jelly Roll guest hosting on Jimmy Kimmel. So every summer, Jimmy Kimmel goes on vacation for a few weeks, and he finds a few people to guest host for him. Diego Luna guest hosted earlier this summer. Jelly Roll, Alan Cummings, the Scottish actor, hosted last night. But Jelly Roll was guest hosting on Jimmy Kimmel. He's interviewing his tag team partner at SummerSlam, Randy Orton, but Drew McIntyre interrupts. They brawled in front of a live studio audience. Logan Paul also was there, called Jelly Roll, quote, a greasy redneck prison rat. Jelly Roll, in retaliation, chokeslams him through the desk.
Logan Paul did slap him.
Logan Paul did slap him.
So, don't make Jelly Roll be the bad guy. And not Logan Paul threw hands as long with insults.
I'm trying to think in the situation where you could get me to say Logan Paul is the good guy in this situation. And
look, but whenever you talk, people are going to be like, well, this is why he wasn't wrong. So it's more for that. It's not like beyond a reasonable doubt that way. Like for him, it's like beyond everything by the people that love him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was rough. That was a rough landing.
I think he got there. It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter if you landed it.
Speaking of landing it, folks, we have an exciting announcement. We have an exciting partnership to tell you about. If you go to our link in bio on Instagram, if you go to any one of our social media profiles, if you go to the link in the description of this episode, we would love to let you know about a new opportunity that you, the fans of the C Show, our loyal, beautiful listeners, can access. It's summertime. It's hot. It's getting to the dog days of summer, the real dog days of summer. We're going to hit 100 degrees humidity, 100% humidity coming up. What better way to spend a hot summer afternoon than at the movies? Right, Connor?
Dude, I still do love going to the movies.
I haven't been to the movies in a while, and I just
Lyd and I still love the movies, dude.
Maybe I'll use our 40% off AMC tickets to perhaps go see Superman.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to see the new Superman. That's the next on my list.
Or maybe you want something with a little bit more bite, some social satire. Eddington by Ari Aster, if you have the mental fortitude for that. Coming out this Friday, tomorrow when you're listening to this, is Fantastic Four: First Steps, starring Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby. So that's going to be really exciting. Fantastic Four was one of the first like superhero movies I watched as a kid.
Oh, very
The
nice.
old one with like Ian Gruffold and Chris Evans and Michael Chiklis.
So you think you're going to go see that?
I might end up going. I might do a double feature and do Superman and Fantastic Four.
I don't know. I also got to take a heat check if the new How to Train Your Dragon is still in theaters.
It is still in theaters. I didn't know if that was our audience though, but also coming out later in August are the Naked Gun resequel starring Liam Neeson and Paul Walter Hauser, a champion in PWS, as well as Freakier Friday, the sequel to the seminal Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan Freaky Friday. Also, listen, we're not going to judge. There's a lot of things at AMC. Maybe you want to catch the Met Summer Encore performance of Verdi's La Traviata. Now,
Oh, hell yeah.
exactly, right? Some Verdi, some classical opera. It's the Met, baby. Come on. Again, if you go to the link in the description of this episode or link tr.ee/cshowpod. So that's linktr.ee/cshowpod, cshowpod. Again, or just click on the link in the description here and click on and access this deal on behalf of your friends at the C Show. T's and C's apply. Please make sure to read the fine print. Now, back to the show. Next up, we've got Stephanie Vaquer versus Alba Fire.
Very quick. I wish we had some more. It was just pretty quickly, up and down. Like Alba starts real quick with like a dive and does the salute, but just immediately tries to do a swanton. Stephanie gets the knees up. We get into your move of the match.
My move of the match is bouncy bouncy, but really it's Wade's reaction to bouncy bouncy. We've seen each commentary team have sort of a different reaction to the Devil's Kiss. Of course, in NXT, Booker T made it famous with the ah, 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 ah. Now, on Raw, we haven't seen much, perhaps. There was a little excitement from Pat McAfee. He tried to replicate, perhaps an homage to Booker T. It didn't really hit. And we'll talk about it when we get to Raw. Wade Barrett on SmackDown has begun to call it bouncy bouncy. And extremely out of pocket from Wade.
Yeah, absolutely. But very quickly after that, Stephanie just hits her SVB, her backbreaker, for the win. And again, it is not a WWE faction against a solo without them getting jumped at the end. Piper Niven jumps in
with the running senton.
Yeah, and then eventually Stephanie fights her off, pushes her off the top rope, kicks her down, and then they're kind of left licking their wounds in the aisleway as Stephanie stands tall, getting ready to see her do the thing at Clash in Paris.
Next up, we've got the Street Profits with B-Fab. They're planning for what's next. Kathy Kelly asks them about the Tag Team Championships and the Wyatt Six taking it. It's a reality they are just not ready to face. DIY interrupts Tez Ford in the interview. Ciampa admits it. They all knew the Street Profits didn't have it. If you want something done well, you have to do it yourself. See what they did there? See what they did there? See what they did there?
I got you.
Yeah. This leads into our WWE Tag Team Championship #1 contender fatal 4-way match. DIY Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa versus Motor City Machine Guns Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin versus Fraxium, Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus Andrade and Rey Fénix. Wow. Say that 4 times fast.
This match was a sprint.
Yes.
The whole way through. Almost immediately breaks down to just everybody in the ring fighting. All different kinds of baseball slides, 5-hole dive train, crossbody, 3 amigos, splashes, tag team moves broken up. All 8 guys back in the ring again. Like, this was a sprint the whole time. It was I think it was my favorite match of the weekend.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, I had such a great time watching this.
Yeah, no, I really loved this, and let me get my move of the match out of the way. You could hit on all the other things you want to hit on here, but mine is the splash by Rey Fénix on Axiom, the mask on mask violence.
Yeah, right after. I'm pretty sure it's actually pretty soon after that. We get to kind of my move of the match into the finish here. So. There's a Spanish Fly and Phoenix Splash combo by Fraxium. DIY, I believe it was Tommaso Ciampa, comes in and knocks Frazier out of the ring and then tries to steal the pin.
Yes.
And then Phoenix comes in and breaks it up while like also doing like a code breaker on somebody else. Because I'm like, oh, DIY's gonna steal this. I hate these guys. It's the worst. And luckily it didn't go that way. So Andrade ends up getting back in the ring through a couple different things, sets up for the message. Rey Fenix has to dive over him doing the message again, hits it on Gargano, 1, 2, 3. Andrade and Rey Fenix, I believe, are now 4-0, either 4-0 or 5-0, and are now number one contenders for the tag team titles.
Yeah, no, phenomenal performance by Rey Fenix and Andrade. Just really electric from them tonight. I mean, obviously, Motor City Machine Guns we love and Fraxium have been phenomenal since they've been added to the roster earlier this year. DIY, again, just up to the same old shenanigans, you know? But you gotta have haters, you know? Haters keep you going. Haters keep this going, let me tell you, folks.
Haters be my motivators.
Indeed. Finally, Pierce presides over the contract signing, the Undisputed Championship at SummerSlam, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. So they're in Texas. He shouts out, Cody comes out first. He shouts out Dusty and Dustin, the Texans and his family. Cody was basically like born and raised in Georgia.
Okay.
So I don't think he considers himself a Texan necessarily.
Yeah, it certainly didn't sound like that.
This is something that I want to talk about a little bit later here.
Okay.
Cody mentions how he has not flinched despite many chances. He flinched at WrestleMania against John Cena. At SummerSlam, he won't flinch.
Real quick, he said that he like sent out either a tweet or whatever, and it's like, "Don't flinch. It's been a great ride," or "Thanks for riding with me." And apparently, people thought it was like the end of the world or something was going down. Like that totally missed my radar. Like,
I mean, I am not on Twitter. The C Show is not on Twitter, so that's.
Oh, it was on Twitter. Okay, so that's why.
If it's a Twitter thing, I'm gonna just tell you right now, folks. I'm not interested in getting it back on Twitter, so it's not gonna happen. Anything else?
He says it's one match for the rest of my life.
Ooh, I missed that. John Cena comes out and gets an insane pop. He has some bad news. He's not going to be at SummerSlam.
Cody, sit down. No, sit down.
My favorite part of this segment, probably my favorite part about SmackDown is, I'm sure you saw it, but the side-by-side. So of Cena and Cody sitting by each other. So they faded in Cody and then like swung it over to the left there for Cena. Really fantastic stuff. If you aren't following John DeMarcico on Instagram, he's the broadcast director for the Mets. He's been doing some phenomenal stuff this season so far. Lots of just like cinematic influences, just like so basic stuff, like just great match cuts. He had one today that was just the sunshine, like looking into the sun, and then it fades to the shot of the outfield and like the sun reflecting off the like a glass, like a window. It's amazing. Gosh darn, folks. Production, it's amazing. It's a television product, folks.
So hold on real quick before we get any further, because Cena says that he won't be at SummerSlam because he's exhausted. He talks about like filming a new movie for Netflix and something else. Like they're definitely just ribbing the hell out of Pat McAfee, right?
Yes,
that's all this was, right? It was just a big rib on Pat McAfee. He's like, I'm exhausted. Like I think they were just sticking it to him.
I mean, both men have made different decisions in their life. Like John has been very open about saying like, yeah, I don't have children because of the way that I travel and my career right now. Like the things that I want to do are not compatible with having children and like being a good father. Respect. On the other side of it, Pat is like trying to be a good father. Like he has I think like a 2-year-old or something, young kid. But like, there's a lot of responsibility. Like, not only in like, yes, he has the television program and all of the commitments for ESPN, for college football, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But then also like, hey, you have a social life. There's not just work, folks. There's not just work. And so I don't know, man. I feel like part of it is, part of it isn't.
Yeah, like I don't even feel like that would be John Cena being like, I'm gonna stick it to him. Like that seems like something like the bitter writers would write and be like, oh, Cena's gonna say he's exhausted. Like, because again, like I said at the top of the show, like Pat, go take care of yourself, man. Like,
Yeah.
you made a career, you made your money. Like, like go take care of yourself.
Making lots of money.
Yeah,
lots of money. Doing what exactly? Listen. I'm in a glass house. I shouldn't be throwing stones. So yes, John says the rematch can happen in Paris or Perth. John wanted to give the crowd fireworks, a night to remember. Just physically, emotionally, this is all John can do. Cody is pissed, and the jacket comes off. Cody chases after, tosses the hat before slugging him and dragging Cena back to the ring. Cena ends up throwing Cody into the steps, and Cody dodges the title smack. He ends up grabbing the title and slamming Cena with it. To get the signed contract, Cody resorts to doing a felony and signing John, forcing John to sign the contract. We then get a contract splash right through the table. Last but not least, Cody wants to remind John of one final note. Check the fine print. It's a street fight for the title.
And of course, in the midst of it all, right? Because again, John mentioned this before, and again, it's been a big part of this run. He's like, sorry, Cody, but this is just best for business.
Mm-hmm.
This is what's best for business.
John Cena not appearing at a 2-night SummerSlam seemed bad for business, if you ask me. So, no, I think this is going to be probably one of the highlight matches of SummerSlam this year. And we'll talk more about SummerSlam at the end of the show here before we talk at the end of the show here. But before that, we're going to talk about Raw. Real quick, we're going to have a quick break, and then we'll be back here on The C Show. Welcome back to The C Show, everybody. I'm Charlie.
I'm Connor.
We're here. We're talking about Raw on July 21st, 2025. We start off the show with a recap of last week's Gauntlet match and CM Punk becoming the number one contender for Gunther's World Heavyweight Championship. We get a teaser for the Roman Reigns appearance at the end of the show and a fun surprise at the beginning as Dom parks the car full of the Judgment Day. Turns out AJ is the valet. AJ ends up tossing the keys behind his back.
Again, him just popping up everywhere and just ruining Dom's life is exactly what I need. Like, I hate liking AJ Styles again, but this just torturing Dom bit is fantastic.
Moving on, CM Punk comes out first for a town hall. His first question is, am I loud enough, Stu? We're in Houston, and that's why it looks like a shithole. Punk makes an oath to camera that he will never give up ever again, etc., etc. As Punk declares he's the best in the world, Gunther comes out. Gunther, while trying to speak, cannot escape the "you tapped out" chants and boos whenever he speaks. But Gunther tells Punk that he will drop him like a wet towel.
But at least you'll get those degenerates chanting your name for the rest of your life.
That's pretty nice. Backstage, Byron Saxton interviews Stephanie Vaquer. Naomi interrupts and introduces herself. They will face off at Clash in Paris, and Naomi advises her to watch out.
Naomi comes up, and I didn't even want to give it the light of day to actually write it down.
Mm-hmm.
I just wrote, Naomi comes up with another bad comment. I forget what it was. It was something about Stephanie Vaquer either speaking Spanish or whatever else. Just made some kind of passive comment, and I'm like, I'm really hating this character development, Naomi.
Oh, since you want to be smart, Io was walking like a dog?
No.
Oh.
There was something else like in the very beginning, either about her accent or how she said something in the same way she did kind of Io Sky. So,
Great.
yeah, I don't like this.
I mean, we're not supposed to like the heel, but I don't know, man.
Low-hanging fruit, brother.
Yeah, low-hanging fruit. Naomi says, "See you in Paris, oui, oui," and then hits her with a devious cackle. Speaking of low-hanging fruit, it's Rusev versus Sheamus. Let's run it back.
Yeah, this is the rematch after Pierce agreed that Rusev was a dirty, cheating bastard. And again, I thought this was a good match. Like, again, it's just two dudes just willing to beat the hell out of each other, and I will watch it every time.
Yeah, no, this is like some classic old school stuff. We were watching Hulk Hogan versus Bob Backlund last night. A match, I think, from 1979 here in Philadelphia. And, I mean, it's just them grappling and them just, like, punching. And I mean, I don't want to say it's basic, but there's beauty in the basics,
Unbelievably technical.
Unbelievably technical. You know what, folks? A good bounce pass every once in a while is really something to be admired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bounce passes are huge.
Bounce passes are wonderful. They're great.
So my favorite part of the match was 100% when Sheamus climbed up the rope and then fell down and then climbed back up the rope and delivered a clothesline to the outside and then just looks directly in the camera and was like, oh, that close. that close. Like holding his fingers like inch apart, like, oh, that close. And I'm like, that's awesome to be like, I just effed up like live. Like, and it's like, it's like, oh, and that was almost this close to being really bad.
That could have been really bad. Yeah. But like, shout out to Sheamus for having the sense of mind to be like, okay, I can reattempt this. And then also for the sense of humor to like look at the camera and be like, yep, that close. It's also just wonderfully in line with his character as well.
No, exactly. Like it's perfect. It's funny. It's awesome. Like, and it seems genuine again, like the way you see him in his YouTube videos and all, and just the things you hear about him and all. Like, he seems just like a very genuinely, like, very nice guy.
Eating a cooked steak in the airport.
That was so funny. I saw that video and I'm like, yes. I mean, that photo and I'm like, yes.
If you haven't seen this, it's a video that I guess Sheamus's partner posted. She's like, the caption is, does anybody else's husband bring a fully cooked steak to the airport to eat?
Yeah, like through security.
And like, there's more than 3 ounces of juice on a steak after. I mean, like, I'm like wondering, like, how long did you let that rest, Sheamus? But he's sitting there in a classic 80s Liverpool shirt with the candy logo. Fantastic strip from Liverpool there. Classic selection, Sheamus. My move of the match is Sheamus running into Rusev's kick. And it's amazing how Sheamus is able to kick out. The ending here is Rusev puts Sheamus into the accolade. Rusev is spitting snot towards the camera. Sheamus attempts to get the rope break. He literally does it with both hands. He's able to do it finally and break the accolade. Rusev exposes the turnbuckle, and of course it backfires. Rusev's getting himself smacked into it. Ref Ron Zapata nearly misses the pin after Rusev grabs the shillelagh, and Sheamus kicks him.
Beautiful brogue kick. 1, 2, 3. We're tied 1 apiece. Both of them technically cheated to win it. I assume they're just gonna have to run it back at SummerSlam.
How did Sheamus cheat? How did our beautiful Celtic boy cheat?
Well, I don't
think he cheated.
He used the turnbuckle. He used the exposed part of the turnbuckle.
Rusev exposed it.
But that's like the idea of, it's like, okay, someone brings a chair into the ring, you do a move onto the chair. Well,
yeah, wrong place, wrong time. I don't know what to tell you.
Again, I'm sure they'll do something next Monday to be like, all right, this is how we're going to get this to go to SummerSlam, because they still need more matches for these cards if they're as big as they say.
I just want Sheamus to come out you black and tans. Backstage, Byron Saxton. That's if William Regal ever comes back. Backstage, Backstage, Byron Saxton is with El Grande Americano.
Oh, hold on, I seem to say, like, I'm an idiot, because I sat here and I'm like, let's see how they pull this off. And then, like, of course he only speaks Spanish. Like, of course, like, I don't know why that caught me by surprise. I'm an idiot. I'm like, all right, like, they're gonna do a stupid voice. So I just didn't think they just have him only speak in Spanish, and it just caught. I literally just wrote, of course he only speaks Spanish. God damn it! I was just so caught off guard.
I was so caught off guard, but I was like, that's great.
But like, exactly, it's like, oh, that makes sense. I feel like an idiot.
Yeah, and it's like El Grande Americano 1 didn't really speak Spanish, and then El Grande Americano 2, the update, they patched it and they fixed the language bug. Good job, guys. Good job. Dragon Lee accosts him. He says, "You're fake. You disrespect luchadors everywhere." They brawl, and honestly, Ludwig's Spanish is pretty good. I mean, El Grande Americano's Spanish is really good. And at the end, Dragon Lee calls Americano basura, which means trash. Graves reminds us of this. Thank you, Graves. Did you get the Unreal promo?
I don't believe so.
So the clip of Triple H telling Speed that he's going into the Rumble.
Oh, actually, yes, we did.
Yeah.
But because Lyd and I had like a 15-minute discussion, so I explained to her, like, I'm like, oh, like people are mad. So like, oh, it's like breaking kayfabe, like this and that. I'm like, but literally every single part of what they just showed was entirely kayfabe.
Yeah.
So I just thought it would be really funny if the whole show is just like literal straight K that people are losing their minds over, when it's like, well, do you actually think that's how they decided to put Speed in the Rumble? Like if marks are getting work, dude, I'm here for it.
One of the things that really I learned a lot in the last 2 years of college was like hearing from my professors who all, like, a lot of them graduated in the late 90s out of film school and like entered the industry in the late 90s. And that's when reality television programming became really big. And I had a documentary professor, I think history of documentary. And he told us, like, listen, I've had a bunch of students who take this course who like focus on documentary work, go out to LA who want to do documentary stuff. And in 5 years, they're just doing reality television programming. And if you're sitting there and you're like, oh yeah, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is completely real and totally not scripted. I have an ice machine in hell to sell you. Okay. That stuff is all like scripted. It's all like designed.
I just want to remind you, much like wrestling, it's scripted. It's not fake. They really put themselves out there.
Yeah, but like Real Housewives, I mean, like, yeah, sure, probably they have some beef. I don't know, man.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's obviously so different.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna watch an episode or two. I'm gonna see what happens. But I think you're right. I think they're gonna show a lot of. They're not gonna show everything. They're not gonna totally break kayfabe. Like, I think the one program that does break kayfabe right now is Dark Side of the Ring, and that's straight up because the only way to journalistically do it is to break kayfabe and to admit, like, hey, this is not real. This is scripted.
Just like that train, just unscripted.
Speaking of scripted, Bayley and Lyra have a tag team match later. Lyra is very confused. Bayley says, dude, it's water under the bridge. Don't worry about it. Lyra is shocked, confused, perhaps even astounded.
I don't know. They got me good. I'm like, Bayley's gonna do something effed up here. Like something's. I'm like, this is the Bayley heel turn. I'm like, it's on. They are soft launching the Bayley heel turn.
Next up, we have a #1 contender triple threat match for the World's Tag Team Championship. The New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston versus American Made, Julius and Brutus Creed versus Latino World Order, LWO, Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde, accompanied by Dragon Lee.
I need to just start because literally they came out and Lynn and I both went, this is the first time we've seen them in however long, and they're probably going to lose because it's like American Made. And we were like, I was like, I can't believe like they just brought them out to job them, this and that. And then like, you know, spoiler alert, like they win and it was awesome. And Lynn and I both just go, that's so cool. Like, I can't believe they actually are giving them a shot. Like, we haven't seen them in forever. It's awesome that they're they're #1 contenders.
I thought LWO won.
Yeah. Del Toro and Cruz.
Oh. I thought you were talking about the New Day.
Oh, no. I was
My
saying...
bad. I got confused.
No.
We're keeping that in.
Fantastic. No, I was going to say...
Yeah, because I
thought because, like, the New Day and American Made were in, I'm like, there's no way. Like, the LWO is their first tag match we've seen in forever. Like, they better not throw them in there just a job. And then they won, and it was awesome.
Yes, gotcha. Okay, because my note here is the New Day come out not during an ad break. And so that's what I thought you were talking about, was the New Day not being here, because this is a topic that we brought up the past couple episodes, is the New Day coming out during the ad break for international audiences and basically whining about, oh, there's nobody to fight in the division, right? And now we have a a triple threat match here. And I agree. I was so excited to see LWO here, Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wilde. And yes, spoiler alert, they do win at the end here. But that leads into my move of the match is the corkscrew plancha by Cruz. Just like out of nowhere, you kind of see him going up on the ropes while everybody's out on the ramp, like near the ramp on the floor. And then just out of nowhere, dude just comes in spinning. And it's just like, I'll try spinning. That's a cool move.
Yeah, no, that was so cool. My move of the match was, as much as I hate American Made, Julius Creed did a double belly to belly, literally one guy in each arm.
Yep.
Overhead belly to belly to the New Day, and then does the kip up. And as much as I hate American Made doing it, he does drop the straps. I'm out here to drop the straps.
I was gonna be like, oh, dude, is that gonna be Connor's move of the match because he dropped the
straps?
He dropped
That's
the straps.
not why. It was because, again, I can't imagine putting one person in each arm, especially the New Day. Be like, all right, belly to belly time.
Belly to belly time. Our finale here is after Joaquin Wilde almost gets the double pin, Ivy Nile intervenes and Dragon Lee fights back. Dragon Lee is dragged down by El Grande Americano. We then get my move of the match, that corkscrew plancha by Cruz del Toro. Kingston goes from the top rope and nobody's home. Joaquin Wilde gets the roll-up tag and then the 1-2-3 pin to win. A huge win for the LWO, El Grande Americano in the background. Back in the locker room, Io Sky and the Kabuki Warriors. It's truly a triple threat. The Warriors will be a tag team champion, and the Io will be the champion again. Stephanie Vaquer approaches and remembers the last time that she and Io met. Io thought she had Stephanie, who now wants a rematch. Io is down. Challenge accepted.
Backing up here, because I was filling out the rundown for our episodes today, and I thought I'd put what I put the title for that segment. I didn't put Damage Control. I put We Are So Fucking Back, because it's Damage Control back at it again. You're just going to blow right by that. You're like, nah, Damage Control is back. Hard launch it. We're so goddamn back.
The podcast is torn about this match at the end of the show here. So we will get to that here in a moment. During the international ad break, Trick Williams and Vic Joseph from NXT show up during the break. Trick retained the TNA Championship after Slammiversary Sunday night. Trick calls himself the Trick-NA Champion. And this is really hyping up a match between Trick and The Undertaker on Tuesday the 22nd here on the CW during NXT. Apparently, The Undertaker's team on LFG, the Legends and Future Greats show, they, like, Undertaker and him got into a war of words, and a challenge got thrown down, and apparently The Undertaker will be facing him on NXT tonight. Now, The Undertaker, who has had his retirement match and is effectively done.
Multiple.
Okay. Good job, Mark. So it's kind of unclear if it's going to be all Undertaker versus Trick, or if it's going to be like Undertaker's minions versus Trick, which I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be more that. Any thoughts there?
God, I don't care about anything with The Undertaker.
Fantastic. Moving on. Speaking of ad breaks, The Farmer's Dog. Are you familiar with The Farmer's Dog, Connor?
Bingo, right?
Yes, it was his name-o.
Hell.
The Farmer's Dog is a service that delivers gently cooked, freshly made pet food with balanced recipes, guided by science, and driven by love. Basically, it's human-grade dog food for your family's furriest members. How it works. First, you build the plan. You're going to simply tell them a little bit about your dog. They'll create a plan with personalized portions to meet their unique nutritional and caloric needs. Then, to start, you get your first box with up to 2 weeks of freshly made food, perfect for your dog to get a taste. And then hopefully they fall in love. If you and your dog love it, they think you will, you're all set. You'll start receiving boxes of food automatically whenever you're running low. Free and flexible deliveries, nationwide shipping across the U.S., eco-friendly packaging, and around-the-clock customer service, all things that you can expect from the Farmer's Dog each and every time you order through them. Now, again, if you order through our link in the show description, you get 50% off your first box. Again, use the link, link.tree / show C show pod. Again, that's linktr.ee C show pod, or click on the link in the description. Probably your best bet. You're directly supporting the C show. All right, thank you for supporting the C show. Let's get back to Raw. Unlike the farmer's dog.
Nice.
Backstage, Pierce is begging Dom to get the medical exam. It's clear to Pierce that you're able and ready to fight at SummerSlam to defend the IC title. Turns out AJ is the janitor behind them. The floor is wet, and he doesn't want the New Day to slip.
That was so... He just stops them, and then they have their just, like, meltdown rant here. Did you actually write it down? I definitely did not get all of it.
The simulation is broken, according to the New Day. Kofi screams for tech support. And then, out of nowhere, Grayson Waller shows up. He says Austin Theory is injured, and A-Town Down Under is over.
Just off-screen death. Like I feel like that's uncool. That's like killing a big-time NPC off-screen. I don't think that's super cool.
Yeah. Suddenly, Austin Theory had to return to Atlanta. So, I don't know, man. I'm all for Grayson Waller joining the New Day, but I wished a little bit better for Austin Theory there.
But also, Xavier Woods did say, he's like, AJ's a janitor, like he should have always been.
Yes.
I was gonna say, I was hoping you had that part, because I know there was one other funny thing. And I'm like, well, I'm not going past it. I have part of it. They will hear my part, god damn it.
That was really good, where he was like, AJ's a janitor, like he always should have been.
Just so funny, man.
Back in the ring, Becky Lynch comes out just in a red tracksuit and white top. No Becky Hogan overtones. Becky does not appreciate the crowd's boos. She should be at the premiere of her big Hollywood movie, Happy Gilmore 2, streaming July 25th on Netflix. If it's showing at your local AMC, use the link in our description to get 40% off your tickets. There you go. Boom, bada bing. And if you are not aware, you should go listen to Casuals with Katie Nolan. MJF was on Casuals with Katie Nolan. Apparently, he shows in his entire bare ass in the movie.
Good for him.
Good for him. But instead, Becky is in Houston, Texas. She calls out Lyra to come out to the ring. But it turns out Becky does have Becky Hogan inside of her. She has the yellow wristband. As Lyra comes out...
Hold on, because...
Yeah, hit me.
How about how immediately after she plugs Happy Gilmore 2, she's like, you know, they're saying my win was the slickest victory of all time. Other people are saying that, not just me. The slickest victory of all time.
Other people are saying it, not just me. Slickest victory of all time.
And then she says how, oh, and now like you're fighting for another belt tonight, so you think you can walk out with 2 belts after SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it was different when I walked out as Becky 2 belts. That was revolutionary. Just this character, it's so good.
It's so good.
Her heel work is so awesome.
Becky's the best. She is the man.
Hell yeah. And then Lyra comes out for us.
Becky adds the stipulation if Lyra loses to Becky again, she can't challenge for the Intercontinental title again. Lyra wants no count-out, no disqualifications. Becky agrees, even if she's hesitant. Becky wants a handshake. Lyra doesn't fall for the trick. She manhandle slams Becky to the mat. Bayley's music starts playing because it's Bayley and Lyra versus the Judgment Day and Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez.
Their new entrance, the Judgment Day's new entrance for Raquel was unbelievable. Lynn and I both stopped. Like it was new smoke, there was Neutron. Like I think there was some other Neutron stuff too we'll talk about later. Like I don't know if they just did a little revamp kind of across the board. This entrance, Lynn and I both stopped and were like, that was awesome.
Yeah, I didn't notice anything different, but I will go back and double check that here. So this match starts during the break, but after the break, Cole and Graves ponder if Bayley is setting Lyra up for failure. Graves then gets confused about Canadian geography and how people describe where they're from. Then Cole corrects him that Texas is a state. Cole and Graves, I want to let you know that Texas is a state. Canada is also a state too. According to Merriam-Webster, the 5th definition of state is 5A, politically organized body of people usually occupying a definite territory, especially one that is sovereign. I mean, they just got there in 1985. B, the political organization of such a body of people, or C, a government or politically organized society having a particular character. Now, the other point of it is Graves brings up, how could somebody who's born in El Paso say that they're from Houston? How could somebody from Vancouver say that they're from Toronto? Okay, folks, I was born in Kansas. I was born in Kansas on an American military installation. I lived in Kansas all of maybe 6 months. Then I moved to Germany. Then I moved to Illinois. Then I moved to Virginia. Then I moved to Japan. Then I moved to Virginia again. Then I moved to Philadelphia. Are you starting to get a picture here? So I say, okay, I was born in Kansas. I was raised in Virginia, but I'm from Philly because I've been here the past 13 years, right? So I hope that makes sense, everybody. Thank you. That's my rant.
Pulling out the dictionary is diabolical right now. Like, is that what we're really doing? We're pulling out the dictionary, and the fifth definition. You had to go down 4 other definitions to make your point.
Well, it bothers me when people are like, "Oh, that's not a state." Okay, well, as Americans, we have this idea that a state is like Virginia. Virginia is a commonwealth too. So like Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, states, right? Okay, well, this is a vague idea because I'm not even gonna get into it because it's a 45-minute argument or a 45-minute rant.
I was gonna say it's not an argument. No one, I'm not pressing against you guys.
It's a 45-minute rant that I have about the and okay, let's get down to it.
Later that same evening.
I don't remember where did we get started with this again?
Because you used the 5th definition of state and then what is and isn't a state and our narrow definition of a state.
Okay. We should use the metric system. We should switch to the 24-hour clock. And we should watch more soccer, football, soccer.
You're that worried about the 24-hour clock?
There's 24 hours in a day. Oh, my God, people.
Like, so what's it matter? What's it matter if you split them AM, PM? Like, oh, so it's efficient? I can't, because I might have a question about 7 a.m., 7 p.m.
Have you ever dealt with an Excel file with timestamps that aren't split AM, PM before?
Dude, if you think I give a damn about Excel files and deciding AM, PM, you're out of
so
your
I guess
mind.
somebody's not reading the social media and performance reports that I put out every month, huh?
I can't even read.
And this is why we have a wrestling podcast, folks. Bayley's blind tag miss Lyra, and she has to remind Lyra to work together as a tag team, but Raquel deals with them. This is kind of a theme throughout the entire match between Lyra and Bayley, right? It's sort of like they're not on the same page. They have to be.
They're not on the same page. And again, like Bayley was just like really going so hard. Like was literally like trying to get the crowd to do like the chant for Lyra's music. And she was like on the apron, like swinging her arms. Like Bayley was never like that. And that I'm like, this is such like a setup for Bayley to do something like effed up here. Like again, that's what I really thought was going to happen. Because again, they were not on the same page. Like they're both supposed to be like ultimate competitors and all. Yeah. And they were just off. And again, just stuff Bayley never does. Cheering on the apron, like trying to start a song, swinging her arms. Like I don't think I've ever seen Bayley do that in any tag team.
Yeah, I mean, this was something that I was thinking, like, is this gonna happen? How is this gonna blow back on Bayley and Lyra? But I don't think we're gonna get it this week specifically. My move of the match here is Bayley doing the sunset flip bomb on Roxanne into the corner. Absolutely fantastic. Loved it.
So as we get down the end here, so Lyra does the sit-out powerbomb. Bayley hits an elbow, but Raquel breaks it up. Dom tries to pull a distraction outside the ring, and Roxanne tries to roll up, holding the tights for 2. Lyra starts yelling at Dom outside for interfering, and Raquel accidentally kicks him.
Yes.
Dom goes down like he was hit by 10,000 pounds of anything, and so they bring out medical staff. They're like, oh, bring out like medical staff for Dom, and there's this woman EMT like looking at him, and then all of a sudden you just hear it's like, oh no, I'll take care of this, and it's AJ Styles, and he just starts doing CPR. Which I thought they were going to pull some crap where it's like, well, you technically touched Dom before he was cleared. Like, I thought they were going to pull some junk. Luckily, they didn't. But it was so they just look up and he's just doing CPR and Dom runs away directly through the ring. Doesn't even go around. Runs literally under the rope, across the ring, and out the other side to get away from AJ.
AJ makes chase, and while this is happening, Becky drags Lyra off the apron, throws her into the steps, and rolls back under the apron. Roxanne rolls up Bayley while she's distracted, and they trade pins. Raquel's legal. She's in. She hits the Tejada bomb for the sexy pin. 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Roxanne and Raquel really had to fight for that one, but it was worth it for them to defend and retain the titles. Backstage, Jackie Redmond is shocked to see Sami Zayn. Cross is getting in the way of Sami Zayn's goals. He could have won the gauntlet match. He could have been facing Gunther at SummerSlam. He's going to deal with it now. Elsewhere, Dom is looking for AJ backstage. Dom runs into Finn and JD, who remind him he's safe. Pierce is red and mad. Dom needs to report to medical ASAP. Next,
Or he's going to strip him of the title.
Next up, we've got Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross with Scarlett. Finally, another match in this feud here. This is hard to watch because you love Sami Zayn so much. It's hard not to love Sami Zayn.
Yeah, right.
But he's struggling through this entire match. It's clear that his ribs are still at risk. He's still injured. Whatever. You're looking at me. You're like, you're getting worked, brother. But no, it's clear that either in the storyline or for shoot, there's something going on with Sami physically, and Karrion Kross really takes advantage of this throughout the entire match. This is really just like a key thing that he does, whether it's like a suplex or just like straight blows to the midsection. It is all just brutal.
Yeah, no, he sells it all really well. It was actually a really good match for kind of like how short it was, right? Like Scarlett's getting her cheap shot on his ribs.
Yep.
It comes back to Scarlett trying to grab the pipe and give it to Karrion, and like they just can't get it there. But then Sami hits an exploder, which I think somehow busts Karrion open because by the end he was bleeding. I guess it was the exploder. I guess he slammed his nose onto something, and so passes off the pipe. Karrion swings for the fences with the ref distracted, gets the win, and literally I wrote, and now his nose is bleeding. Scarlett is now licking the blood off her hands.
Yeah, no, that was a little, I mean, it's in character for both of them. But it was certainly something where it was like, oh, yikes, I hope the kids are asleep by now. My move of the match was Sami's tornado DDT off the top rope while holding his ribs. Really impressive move. He also did the Arabian press off of the top rope, does the Sabu tribute, pointing. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, it's Cross covers for 1, 2, 3 for the pin, the win, and it's over. I put it here. It's sickening. Pierce and AJ are waiting for an update from the doctor. Dom attacks AJ as they get the results. Dom is cleared. AJ to challenge Dom for the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam. But remember when those Phillies fans pissed off Mattress Mac during the World Series?
Yeah.
The Astros.
Cheating bastards. Not that time, but well, who knows? Maybe that time.
It's Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer.
Oh man, I'll wait to get to my move of the match, and yes, what you're seeing is correct.
Yeah, I looked at it earlier when because you got to the rundown first this week, and so I looked at it and I was like, is he having a stroke or is that just him? You know, we all have our strengths, Connor. We all have our strengths. My move of the match here is Vaquer grabbing Io up on the top turnbuckle for the slam and Io landing straight on her face. I mean, Io sold the hell out of a bunch of spots here. Stephanie did fantastic as well. Io, genius of the sky, truly. Like, I mean, you're going to put two of the best women on the roster against each other. You're going to get a firecracker match.
No, it was so awesome. Like, there's a point where Io basically steals the SVB, hits it. They both hit their different Meteoras. But let me get to my move of the match. So my move of the match, so you see it written here, is when we get a premium live event match on Raw with no interference. Because wouldn't that be nice to actually get a finish to a really awesome match on Raw where one of them can lose? It's okay, that happens. You have people lose all the time, but instead we need to do interference and ruin this awesome match.
Yeah, because speaking of interference, the Secret Service are here. Eddie Arango chases the Service out, but Chelsea Green attacks Stephanie. Io goes up to assist. A top rope dropkick sends Chelsea rolling to the corner. Io fights off the Service. A double team dropkick to Piper Niven. They're allies of necessity. But from behind Io comes Naomi. She takes out Io and Stephanie in one fell swoop. Piper and Alba stomp Io as she slides out of the ring against the video board. Naomi brutalizing Stephanie in the middle. Who else is it other than Mommy? This is my brutality. Rhea runs out. She picks up Naomi and drops her. Chelsea in trouble now. A riptide by Rhea. Good God, what an ending. Listen, if you're I hear your point. You're right. You're not wrong. I'm there, like, I want to say 93.7%. The other 6.3% of me is like, if you're gonna have interference, go all out. Have the Secret Service, have Naomi, have Rhea come out.
If they didn't bring Rhea out, you'd be at like a 98%.
Yes.
I was gonna say, let's just call it what it is. Let's all be fair. And again, like, you're right. Like, I agree. If you're gonna do it, get weird with it. Make it a whole schmoz. Make it as many angles touch it as possible.
Yeah.
But just, I remember doing that bit before, and that was the first thing I thought of, and I was upset.
Yeah, no, you have a fair point. You have a fair point. Next up, during an ad break, Byron Saxton talks to the Judgment Day. Finn calls it a successful evening for the Judgment Day. 5 superstars, 5 champions, 5 of the toughest people walking. JD McDonough takes the mic. We have a soft spot, though. Finn dedicates the night to Liv Morgan. JD calls out LWO. Raquel calls out Charlotte and Alexa. Dom gets booed and gives up. But Roxanne takes the mic. AJ Styles, you're going to need a doctor at SummerSlam. Cole calls out Dom for his proximity to Roxanne during this spot. Graves reminds him about blocking. Our final segment of the evening is Heyman, Breakker, and Reed coming out before the break ends. Reed now carrying the Money in the Bank briefcase. As before Roman comes out, Heyman has a lot to get off his chest, and he doesn't even get a chance to because Roman's music starts playing. The crowd can't stop chanting OTC. Paul doesn't want to be disrespectful or rude, like someone born in Texas, gesturing at Roman Reigns. Roman was born in Florida and grew up there, so I'm not confused about a little confused about this. Basically, the offer that Heyman gives him is to join the Vision, replace Seth Rollins as he's out. Roman is perplexed, to say the least. We can put this back together, Heyman says. Look who comes with me. I love you, my tribal chief. Even Cole scoffs at this. Roman says, you're not a wise man, you're a dumbass. Breakker wants the Rumble, but Roman tells Junior to calm down. Roman heeds caution to Breakker and Reed. Is Roman shooting here? Paul didn't help me defend my titles. The Usos solo, even Sammy helped out. Roman went home to train the future bloodline. You can create factions, but you can't create bloodlines. That's God's work.
That's got to be our title, right? You can't create it. It's God's work. Because, like, what is this podcast if we don't always say if not God's work?
Truly. Roman reminds Breakker again, stand back. Heyman used to be a friend, a business partner. Roman made him a member of the family, a chosen member of the family. He threw it away for a best friend, someone he hadn't talked to in over a decade. Don't say Roman ruined the bloodline. This dumbass did. Breakker gets the mic, holds it for a moment. Breakker is fine on the mic. Roman tells Roman the usual stuff and then asks him to leave. Roman ponders this remark on the ropes, then tells Breakker he didn't listen to him. Says, hey, Breakker, I don't think your mic was working. Tosses Breakker the mic. And then a Superman punch, Roman attacks Reed following. Breakker spears Reigns. Reed and Breakker double up on Roman. It all seems over at this point. Reed going up for the tsunami. But who else is it? 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. It's main event Jey Uso. You can see Reed go, oh shit. Jey kicks to Reed and Breaker. Uso slap drops Breaker. Yeet. And then a double spear in stereo by Roman and Jey.
Bloodline back.
The bloodline is back. Where do we go from here? What jokes and memes do we have coming for us next? We'll tell you more here on The C Show. Welcome back to the C Show, everybody. We're here. We're talking about SummerSlam as we wrap up this episode here. We're just going to go real quick through, because we already have 9 matches on the card. It's a 2-night SummerSlam. So real quick, we're going to just talk about the match and then what we see going on happening. So first one here is John Cena defending his title against Cody Rhodes in a street fight for the undisputed WWE Championship.
I was so excited to find out it was a street fight.
Yes.
I was not expecting that, but that just adds an extra layer to it. Cena has had all kinds of amazing matches with stipulations throughout his career, especially like different I quit things or falls count anywhere or whatever else. So I'm excited to see what this last run John Cena is going to cook up in a no DQ match against Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, in a no DQ match against Cody Rhodes, in a title match
At Hot WrestleMania.
At Hot WrestleMania. At Hot WrestleMania in New Jersey. Next up, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill, a singles match for the WWE Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton defending.
I don't know where they're going to go with this.
I kind of want Jade to win.
Oh, I definitely want Jade to win,
Yeah.
but just like...
As much as I love Tiffany, I just want, it would be cool for the title to change a little bit, give an edge to Tiffany, give her something else to do other than just, defend the title and be a rich girl. And it would solidify Jade and the work that she's done over the past year in returning from injury, this feud with this 3-way feud between her, Bianca, and Naomi, and then also with Naomi and Jade both being title holders,
Oh my God, 'cause I didn't even think about that, because we got Crown Jewel coming up where who has a match? Both world title holders. No, I would love for Jade again. People want to keep talking smack, but again, she's gotten so much better.
Yep.
And again, to immediately go be Queen of the Ring, immediately take the title, again, that's what takes you to that next step. So
Exactly.
I'm 100% with that.
Next up here on the card, we got Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul in what I'm going to call our donut match.
I swear that they said Logan Paul blew up his whole knee after whatever his last match was, Saturday night's main event or whenever it was.
Oh, jeez.
I swore I saw something he tore his ACL and all, because then he was off TV for weeks.
Yeah.
But that must just have not been true, because obviously it wasn't long enough for anything like that.
Maybe it was a misdiagnosis.
Maybe, I don't know. But that's just because all of a sudden he's back and I'm he's already wrestling again? What is going on?
Maybe they'll do something at SummerSlam to shut him down for a couple of months.
True, because he hasn't actually done anything besides just stand there and throw punches and slaps at Jelly Roll.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I want to see what Jelly Roll does. I want to see
I think Jelly Roll's got it.
My wife and I say he has delivered 2 of the cleanest choke slams, and again he got great people selling for him both times. But again, there's still an art to it. He seems to get it.
Yeah,
right. He's an entertainer who seems to get, quote unquote, get it. There have been different ones in and out of WWE over time that have taken part, and let him do something crazy. Let him do the craziest thing that legal will allow that he's okay with.
Yes.
If Jelly Roll does a moonsault off something, you're gonna do a super billion clips.
Yeah, it's gonna get 1 billion views on social, no problem. Yeah. I want to see Jelly Roll do something cool, dude. Because if you're gonna commit to it and you're gonna commit to a PLE like this, go all out. Speaking of going all out, we've got Gunther versus CM Punk in a singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Does he get back to the mountaintop?
Does he?
And again, it would make sense for it to be now, because Seth Rollins was always saying, as long as I'm at this company, CM Punk will never win another championship. Are we all getting super worked? I don't know.
That would be. I would love for Punk to win, hold the championship until Seth comes back.
And then as soon as Seth is cleared,
Seth cashes in.
ooh, it's like I couldn't stop you. It's like I couldn't keep you from winning it because I was hurt, but I
somebody
I stopped you from having it. Okay,
like he can conspire and be like, oh well, like somebody injured me on purpose, or like somebody messed with me.
No, I'm with it. That'd be cool. No, I would like Punk to win though. Like, it just means like Punk is around a little more. Like,
Yeah.
because I want to see Gunther wrestle more again. Like he does just the pay-per-views and all now. Like I feel like they did out their champions. Like let me see Gunther let me see him and Rusev go crazy, or him and Sheamus. Just like give me some good hard hitting just cards in the middle of Raw.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of a hard hitting card, we've got a triple threat match here. Naomi, the champion, versus Rhea Ripley and Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. Do we think Naomi retains?
I don't know. You have now talked me into by thinking of Naomi and Jade being champion at the same time. Like, again, that at Crown Jewel would be unbelievable and even another level of payoff. Again, then you can have Naomi win that one because she hasn't won one yet, and that's going to go bananas. It's going to go nuclear.
Yeah.
But, obviously it's the number one Io Sky podcast, as should have been previously stated. We'll fix it in post. I hope Io Sky gets it back. Give Io Sky the belt. Do it, cowards.
Moving on. What was that?
I just nodded. I'm like, okay, yeah. So we don't need to say anything else.
You don't have anything else after cowards? No comment. Moving on. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. No disqualification, no countout. Last chance match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. If Lynch wins, Valkyria can no longer challenge for the title as long as Lynch is champion. I don't know, man. Another match with stipulations for this title? Cool, great. Moving on. No.
There's no way Bayley doesn't get involved. Like,
yeah.
It was so specific because not only do they always say no disqualification, no count out, even the graphic, everything said there must be a winner.
There must be a winner.
There must be a winner. Like, again, you don't need to, like, again, that is, like, already built into so many stipulations. So the fact that they keep pressing that, I'm already like, something weird. Are we getting the Bayley turn? Like,
yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we're gonna get some sort of Bayley turn there, and some sort the continuation of the feud between her and Lyra. We're almost done here, folks. Next up, we've got the Judgment Day: Raquel Rodriguez versus Roxanne Perez versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, the allies of convenience, in a tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship.
F it. Let them win. They're not friends. Let them win.
I think it would cause some conflict for Charlotte. It's a title, right? It's gold, but it's not a singles title, right? She has to share it with Alexa. I think that's a really interesting dynamic. I think having Raquel and Roxanne lose the title to Charlotte and Alexa would be interesting for the Judgment Day. I don't know if the Judgment Day are ever going to break up at this point. I've spent so much of this podcast already being like, they're going to break up, folks. They're going to break up. They're going to break up. They're not going to break up. No.
Well, because my thought is, okay, so let's say we go through SummerSlam. The only people left with titles are Finn and JD because they don't defend them. They still have the tag titles. Yeah. All of a sudden, now it's back to, well, you got to listen to Finn to win. Like, right? They're going to restart that whole cycle of Finn becomes the guy. Everyone else is secondary.
Yeah.
And then, Dom will be weird and get his way back in. Eventually, Liv Morgan will come back in. Not only have her thing with, Roxanne and kind of her relationship with Dom, but then also, like, the stuff Finn's been doing. Like, did you see what Finn posted the other day? I'm pretty sure I saw it on Reddit, where Finn posted, like, the CEO and HR lady from the Coldplay concert.
Oh, yeah.
as Roxanne.
And Dom and Roxanne.
And Dom, and literally said, like, miss you, Liv. Like maniac stuff.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but I think Charlotte and Alexa winning absolutely adds a new dynamic to that whole division there. Next up, we've got Solo Sikoa defending the Men's United States Championship in a steel cage match against Jacob Fatu.
They didn't ban MFT or anyone else from ringside. It's like they're still going to get involved.
Yeah.
Again, they do
even in a steel cage match.
They do the open the door thing anyway. People have climbed over the cage to get involved or like pushed other people down. Like, I just like until they're like, nope, like we are welding this door shut. I refuse to believe there will not be interference in like a bloodline MFT match, even in a steel cage. I refuse.
Interesting. Do you think Solo retains? Do you think the titles changes hands?
I think they put it back on Fatu.
Okay. Interesting. Moving on. Just announced this week, last night at Raw, Dominic Mysterio defending the Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles.
Dom needs to win. Like, again, this stuff from AJ's been funny, and I like the way he's been doing that. Just like, I want Dom to win. Dom needs to make the power play for Head of Judgment Day.
Yeah.
And then just make it good and silly. Like, Dom's got that in him.
He's got it in him.
He's got him in him just to be a big, goofy wrestling guy.
Yeah, so do it.
And so take over Judgment Day. Make it, like, goofy, but because, again, great wrestler, does great work. Like, he can pull it off while still being, like, respected. Like, people love him.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. So, we'll see. SummerSlam is the first weekend of August, and we'll have more on that as we get closer. Thank you so much for listening to the C Show. Make sure to check out the link in our description for those deals from AMC and the Farmer's Dog. Make sure to rate, subscribe, and review wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And again, share with your friends. Anything else, Connor, before we end the show here?
I think that you should share it with the last friend that gave you a book recommendation.
Yes.
Let's get specific. Let's get people's brains churning. Let's turn it on.
Yeah, the last person who was like, oh yeah, you should read this book by Malcolm Gladwell. You should be like, you should listen to this podcast, The C Show. Of course you like The C Show. Make sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share our podcast with your friends. Make sure to follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook, and YouTube at C Show Pod. You have questions for the boys? Send us an email, cshowpod@gmail.com. Thanks to our friends, Amir and Patrick, for their assistance. The C Show is a production of 832 Media. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll be back next week. God!
I need to hear it myself.